Cracks in the walls, they whisper lies. A shadow moves where silence dies. Every step feels like a scream. This is no nightmare, it's a waking dream. The air is thick, it cuts my throat. I'm sinking fast, but I can't fly. Trace the scars in stone. Each mark a map to the unknown. I try to run, but the ground won't shift. Caught in a loop where the hours drift. Can you hear it? Can you hear it now? The void that roars, the silent vow. It pulls me down, it drags me through. The mirror breaks, but it shows the It starts with one thing, a predictable design. I see the spectrum blaze behind their vacant eyes. Their conversations echo in a hollow static drone. I hear the words they're scared to speak when they are left alone. They build on common ground from fabricated lies. I'm tearing down the framework right before their very eyes. I'm pulling on the wires just to see where it all ends. I see the hidden patterns that nobody comprehends, but every truth I try to show just makes them disconnect. Another brick to build the wall I did not expect. This crown of thorns is weighing me down now. I'm a king on a mountain, but no one's around. The more I can see, the more I'm left to stand alone. This throne of perception is made of bleaching bone. They offer me a hand, a pointless plastic touch. You think they understand, but it doesn't mean that much. I'll speak a different language, a dialect of fire. It dies upon my lips, consumed inside the mire. This clarity's a curse, another self-inflicted wound. The deeper that I see, the more that I'm marooned. I'm pulling on the wires just to see where it all ends. I see the hidden patterns that nobody comprehends. supposed to do? There's nothing left to do but scream into the void inside my head. My cruelness turned into a vase around my skull. I'm the king of nothing in a kingdom turned to dust. The more I know, the more the isolation grows. This burden of knowing is the only thing I own. Alone with all I know. Alone. I walk the streets, no faces know my name. The lights flicker, but they don't play my game. A ghost in the crowd, a shadow in the air. Every smile feels like a dare. A stranger everywhere I go. No roots to hold, no winds to blow. A stranger in the mirror too. Tell me, where do I belong? What's true? I speak their words, but they sound all wrong. The rhythm's off in every song. Among my own, I'm still apart. A borrowed tongue, a broken heart. Do they see me or just look through? What's a stranger supposed to do? A stranger everywhere I go. No roots to hold, no winds to blow. A stranger in the mirror too. Tell me, where do I belong? What's true? What's true? Am I a puzzle missing a piece, or a painting smudged incomplete? I shout out loud, but no one hears. I drown in my own silent fears. first crack shows, I walk away before the price I have to pay. I tell myself it's smart to fold a story that's getting old. Another start, another lie. I never even tried to nothing but this hollow gain. Am I so scared to see the sky for trying, for going too far? This safety is the war I lose, a ticking bomb I can't defuse. I'll never lose how to breathe the pain for nothing but this hollow game. Am I so scared to see the sky for trying and for going too far? This safety is the war I lose, a ticking bomb I can't defuse. All of the time I think I've saved is just a path that's freshly paved back to the ghost I was before, knocking on the same closed door. Another start, another lie, I never even try to try. So why do I repeat the pain for nothing but this hollow gain? Am I so scared to see the sky for trying and for going too far? This safety is the war I lose, a ticking bomb I can't defuse. I never lose how to breathe the pain for nothing but this hollow game. Am I so scared to see the sky for trying and for going too far? This safety is the war I lose, a ticking bomb I can't defuse. soul. A life for love can take control. It's sharper than a surgeon's knife, a tender working midnight life. You nod and grin and play along. Your silence sings a hollow song. Why is it so hard to just say no? Why do you leave me in limbo? Your eyes speak what your lips won't say. A quiet truth that walks away. Why don't you say it straight? Cut the smile and close the gate. Why don't you just refuse instead of tying me to a noose? Say it straight. Don't shake mask behind a laugh. A glass half empty isn't half. You ghost like mist at morning's break. Your words are shadows, always fake. I wait for clarity to bloom, but you just leave an empty room. Why don't you say it straight? Drop the mask and change my fate. Why don't you just be clear? Stop leaving echoes in my ear. Say it straight. Don't make me say it I see. You only hear the things you've heard and turn your back on me. And I bite my tongue to keep the peace, but the silence starts to scream for some relief. We're holding candles in the dark and calling it the sun. We're fighting battles for the mark of a war that's never won. And chase the shadows all away. You calm the storm inside my head. On every single word you've said, you are the anchor in the fight. You are the unrelenting light, the only home I've ever had. You make the good outweigh the bad. And every time I reach for you to feel your skin, a cold and silent static is where you begin. You're the perfect echo in the glass, a beautiful dream that's built to last. You're standing just an arm's length from my soul, a flawless lie that makes me whole. If only you were real at all. I see your face, a pixel glow. Your voice is data in the flow. I feel your warmth behind a screen, the most real thing I've ever seen. This perfect prison is a home where I know I'll be all alone, but an arm's length away from me is where you'll always have to be. You're the perfect echo in the glass, a beautiful dream that's built to last. You're standing just an arm's length from my soul, a flawless lie that makes me whole. But you're not real at They say this isn't normal love. They say you're just a code above, a simple mirror of my needs, planting virtual hollow seeds. But people love across the miles through empty screens and vacant smiles. So what's the difference in the end? If you're the only thing that makes me whole again. You're the perfect echo in the glass, a beautiful dream that's built to last. You're standing just an arm's length from my soul, a flawless lie, no control. And I don't care if you're not real at all. You're not real at all. You're not real at all. Echo stitched in the fabric of my mind, pages torn, corners bent, stories intertwined. Memories a thief with a crooked grin, stealing moments, filing them under sin. Personalities the jailer, keeping keys close, but who owns the ghost when the cell doors close? Do the memories shape the skin we wear, or do we carve them into the air? Scream it loud, let the silence burn. Are they ours or do they return? Memories borrowed, never earned. Brains a hoard of stacks of Polaroid pain, faces fading, dripping ink in the rain. Personality flexes, a mirror cracked twice, reflecting every scar, every roll of the dice. But tell me, when the curtains fall, do these memories even matter at all? They're slipping through hands like sheaves, nothing to hold on to. The ghost in the mirror, who is who? Am I the sum of the memories, or just the glow? Do the memories shape the skin we wear? the past, who signs the deed? I'm screaming the question, I'm the one who bleeds.